Welcome to Breaking Biscuits, the Experience. Mark, this episode we're going to call The Strength of Wives, the Pillar of Support. And we just want to remind everybody and our listeners that Breaking Biscuits is doing this to help the extraordinary needs of both families because of the kidney transplant. At the end of the show, we're going to show you how you can participate, enter into a giveaway with the chance of winning a 4-night luxurious stay on Table Rock Lake in Branson, Missouri. The value of this stay is between $3,000 and $4,000. It's first class, sleeps 14 people. It is definitely a place you want to visit and go, and you can get a chance to win this. And Mark, Lindsay, just as a reminder, Lindsay is Matt's wife. Matt's the donor to Chris, the transplant donor. And if, as you're following this story, you would think that that's a big deal, like giving a kidney away. And that would be just an absolutely massive event in your life. And it is.
Right.
To add to that, Lindsay had this really freak accident, and it's not been that long ago. And we caught up with Lindsay to talk about it, and you're going to see that in just a few minutes. But she broke her leg Sunday morning in the parking lot of church, just getting out of the car. It was a very freakish thing, and this is not like some small break. This was a massive, massive break. Wait till you see the x-rays in the metal. It will blow your mind.
Right.
And she was down for 4 weeks, like on her back for 4 weeks. They have 3 small kids. Just crazy circumstances around this. And you would think under those circumstances, and Faye and Chris thought this, maybe we should postpone the surgery. And so Faye reached out to Lindsay and said, man, it's okay if you guys just want to postpone this indefinitely so things are back to normal. And without hesitation, Lindsay says, no, there's no way. In fact, you'll bring this up. I think she had kind of another perspective on it. And you want to share how she looked at that, which is amazing to think that in her time of need, she's thinking something completely different.
Yeah, it was something I've never seen. I'm sure it happens all the time, but I've never seen it. But Lindsay's husband, Matt, when he kind of heard that Chris needed a kidney, he just, in his heart, he just instantly said, I need to be checked. I want to check, see if I'm a donor. But what he didn't know is Lindsay did the same thing and said, I want to check and see if I'm a donor. I want to help. And then the leg break was catastrophic, because I remember in this video she said my foot was going the opposite direction. And they just plowed through it, and it was an amazing testimony of support. It was the strength of wives, the pillar of support. All I could think of was virtuous woman. If you want to see the virtuous woman in real life, then watch the video, because it is. And I remember Faye being really concerned for Lindsay and her family and her needs, and you don't have to do this. I understand. Even though Chris is on dialysis 3 days a week, and it's just unbelievable, misery. And then that's what Faye said. And then Lindsay's like, no, we're doing it. We're good. We're doing it. With 14 screws in her leg and a plate, barely walking, and Matt's going to be off work for 6 weeks. And I remember Faye in her interview, and everyone should go watch all these videos. But Faye said, I can't believe you're willing to risk your husband's life, because something could go wrong in the emergency room and he wouldn't come out of it. And Lindsay just never batted an eye. And it's
Yeah, she was like, literally, she said, "There's no hesitation. They have needs. They have a family. They have kids. Chris needs a kidney, and Matt has one." Like, that's literally how they look at it. And it's just amazing to see it. The videos are so special to see the heart of the individuals involved, and they are so worth watching, Mark.
Yes.
And
Chris is Matt gave Chris a chance to continue his transformation with his family and his kids. And the one thing I remember is Chris saying, "Matt gave my daughters their dad back."
Yeah.
So hats off to them, man. They're a real inspiration. They really are.
Yeah. Well, all four of them have a story.
Yeah.
And today we're going to listen to Lindsay's story. So let's do that. Lindsay, because Matt told us he came and talked to you. Obviously, you guys were in agreement, but what was your first thought? After you got past the break, that obviously was traumatic, but once you got past the break and Matt talked to you about still being a donor, what was your thought on that?
Still going to go forward with it and just do what we can, because I was going to be not completely healed, but enough to where I can do some things while he's down. So I wasn't going to let him postpone it at all.
You guys are amazing.
The quicker we can get him in, and Chris can hopefully start feeling better and doing better. So,
Mark, I think this
wasn't even a thought.
This would be a great time I'm going to show the X-ray so the audience can see. We're not talking about like a small break here. So, no. I'm going to show this here real quick, and you can see.
So that's the ankle, right, Lindsay? Right down over here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
That's the ankle. This is a rod that goes up from the ankle all the way down to the ankle. And so this is all metal with what? How many screws did you get put in?
12.
12 screws to hold all this,
and
metal
2 plates.
Yeah, into place. So yeah, it's this is not some small break. This was a major event in you guys' lives.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, did this happen after Matt had made the decision to find out if he could be a donor?
Yep. It happened July 6th. Actually got to church on time before it started, and was just getting out of the car millions of times that I've done before, and just slipped right out of the car. I don't exactly know what happened. But my foot, I think I just missed the running board and just went down. I saw that my left foot was pointing the opposite direction that it was supposed to be. And then I seen the bulge of my bone. It didn't go through my skin, of course, but I just seen the bulge, and I instantly knew that I probably definitely broke it. Never had a broken bone in my body, so this was the first time.
I'm just curious if we could go back, just kind of get in your heart and mind. When you found out Matt had this crazy thought that he would donate a kidney to, because he called Chris an acquaintance.
I was just going to be supportive. It was something he wanted to do. So I was just going to support him, and we knew Faye and Chris. I wasn't as close to them because I did not grow up around them. But somebody was in need of a kidney, and Matt wanted to check. I would actually talk to Matt, told Matt that, I wanted to at least check to see if I was a donor, if I could possibly do it. But he thought maybe because I had been through surgeries from having kids, that I didn't need to go through any more surgeries, that he needed to be it. And they just kind of body types matched, the height and everything. So he thought maybe the kidneys were about the same size of each other. So
I want to make sure I heard you right. You and Matt both considered donating a kidney.
Yep. As soon as I heard that he was needing one and was talking about getting on the transplant, I came home. I don't know if it was a couple days before Matt had said anything or if it was the same day, but I was thinking along the same lines.
That's amazing, Mark. It's just crazy. I think two people in the same house had the same thought and the same heart to help somebody.
It has to. I'm going to say it again as a testimony to the church that they go to. So that's what I want to know. I asked Matt the same question. What brought you to the place to say, I think I can do it. I'll check and see if I'm a donor. I'll do it. And I know the scripture says it, lay down your life for your friend, but what was the motivation or the trigger that said, yeah, I can help. I'm going to do that?
Father, husband, and that he has a family, and just knowing them a little bit, it wasn't even a no-brainer. I mean, there's just no question about it. Just try to save somebody else's life. I mean, we only need one kidney to live, so it wasn't even a thought in my mind to say no, even if somebody had asked me.
How does that make you feel, Faye, when you hear that?
Mm-hmm. And Lindsay, for you to have the same thought that Matt did, and both of you, it's overwhelming. It's hard to accept that kind of, giving, because it's almost like, well, I don't know if this is the right words, but it's almost like we don't deserve it.
So when he said, yeah, I think I'm going to get tested and give my kidney away, you just went, okay, yeah, me too. Or
well, I had came home from work.
That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I had came home from work, and we had talked about it, and he told me he wants to be tested. He's thinking about it, and I told him, my thoughts, and that I was wanting to. And after we had discussed, I'm short and everything, so, and my body type, he just didn't think I would be a match. And so I just a total believer, if it was, not going to work out, thought maybe I would get tested to see if I could. And then, but since he was a match, it was just no questions about it. Just wanted to be a supportive wife, and if it could save somebody's life.
Learning to build a relationship with Faye and Chris, watching him journey through church and grow, that probably had a lot to do with it, didn't it? Watching him transform right in front of your eyes. Yeah, yep. I've seen him a few times, here and there, and then started becoming more frequent. It was just amazing to see that he was a believer now. Yeah, a real one. A real one, yep. He just did it like a matter of fact, but yeah, I'm not like that. I think just knowing that he's given Chris his life back. Yeah. And the family and the kids. Yeah, of course. Yep. And just total faith.
Wow. It is that. It is. It's just love in action. It's not words, like you said. It's not thoughts and prayers. Or I'll remember you. Or let me know if you need something. We know all the cliches, and we all have. Be praying for you, brother. Yeah. All those cliches, but Matt's cliche is, I'm gonna go see if I can give you a kidney.
I'm gonna save your life, but don't give me any credit for
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want no credit.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
it. Of course, the wife is a lot of times the pillar of the family unit, and to see the strength and support that you guys have for them, I'm certain that you have fears and concerns, but to see you stand in the midst of that is pretty inspiring. It really is.
Thank you.
You know, when families as a unit, like we always go to our family for Thanksgiving, you know, when that happens, and then we have kids of our own, but we still go. But usually when the mother passes away, we quit going, because the mother is the matriarch of the whole thing. She makes the whole thing go. And based upon talking to Chris and Matt, you guys have been so stable and supportive. I didn't hear any fear. I didn't hear any doubt. I didn't hear any concern from them. And I'm pretty sure it's a testimony to how you guys mother and be a wife, honestly. I know it is. So I commend you for that. But if their wife was behind the scene going, yeah, but what if, and what if this happens, and how will we do this, and how will we make this, and I just saw men that were, you know, the word in Proverbs 31, it talks about the virtuous woman, right? And it has a whole list of things. And most women read that and go, I'll never be that. But the word virtuous woman literally comes from a woman that's a warrior of faith. That can fight off the doubt and the fears off her husband so he can think clearly and make good decisions. That's her role. And talking to them, that's what I see. And talking to you today, I'm sure of it. So I just commend you for that.
Thank you.
Because most women would be falling apart.
Oh yeah.
Like catastrophic fear, and what are we going to do is going to be like astronomical. Like we'd have to take you down off the wall because you'd be way up there. But you guys have been virtuous warrior women, fight for the life of their husbands so they can think clearly, and that's what I saw, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
We want to talk a little bit about the giveaway that we're going to do for these two families. You heard both the kind of ladies describe some of the needs that are out there. They're honestly just overwhelming, massive. There's men that can't work for extended period of time, care that's needed. It goes on and on and on. And what happened, and the reason you and I are here, is Breaking Biscuits, which is a nonprofit you and I are a part of, decided to donate a 4-night stay in this amazing condo. It's not really a condo, it's a lodge in Branson, Missouri. It sleeps 14 people. It is just an amazing place to be, an amazing location, amazing amenities, and all the like. So we're gonna do a giveaway, and you'll see in the link below where you can click and be able to buy some tickets for the giveaway and give a chance to win. Our goal is to sell 1,000 tickets, and it's a lofty goal, but I think we can do it. And we just want to take 45 seconds, so don't click out. Here is a picture and a video of the actual property that you will be staying at if you win. So thanks everybody once again for joining us on Breaking Biscuits, and we look forward to seeing you next time. God bless.